Hi there, today we are going to learn two licks you can apply over your chord 4. So this lesson is going to be divided into 3 different segments. The first one will be learning this lick. Do, re, fa, sol, do, re, do. Pull up this rate to do, re, do. The second one will be applying this lick over a song. We're going to start to chart it when the chord lands on 4. 1, 2, 3, go. Then thirdly, I'm going to teach you, explain to you the concept I use so that you too can learn to fish for yourself rather than me giving you fish. In jazz, your circle of 4, if you want to move to your chord 4, you can always get to your chord 4. Alright, so we go over to it. I'll be playing on key C. The first lick we're going to have is going to sound like this. Mi, so, mi, fa, la, do, mi, so, mi, fa, so, do, la, fa, mi, so, mi, fa, mi, re, do, la, so, fa. Slowly. Mi, so, mi, fa, la, do, mi, so, mi, fa, so, do, la, fa, mi, so, mi, fa, mi, re, do, la, so, fa. So, mi, fa, la, do, mi, so, mi. Pull up this so to me. So, mi, fa, so, do, la. Pull up this do to la. Fa, mi, so, mi. Pull up this so to me. So, mi, fa, mi, re, do, la, so, fa. 3, go, 1. Alright, so the next lick is this one. Yeah, the notes. Mi, so, do, re, fa, so, do, re, do, so, re, fa, re, mi, do, la, so, fa. Slowly. Mi, so, do, re, fa, do, re, fa, so, do, re, fa, re, mi, re, do, la, so, fa. Mi, so, do, re, fa, do, re, fa, so, do, re, do. Pull up this rate to do, re, do, so, re, fa, re, mi. Hammer on this rate to me. Re, mi, re, do, la, so, fa. There we go. Alright, over to applying the first lick, which this one. Okay, this one here, it's a very long lick. It spans well over 1 bar. So unless you have a song that has the chord 4 that spans over 1 bar, where you have chord 4, then chord 4 again, that's where this one can easily be applied. But there are things we can do. You can play it, then wherever the chord 4 expires, you just take your hands off. Say you don't. Maybe that's where the chord 4 expires. Just take your hands off and relate to the next chord. Anyway, the song we are going to be applying it now over is I will declare you are the only God, the only God, the only God. The progression is chord 4, you are, then chord 1, then chord 5. So like we're applying it on the chord 4. Now the nature of this lick, before we get to the part where I will explain how I came about this lick. The nature of this lick compels you to apply it right on the chord 4, not before the chord 4 or right on the chord 4. So we're going to start to chart it when the chord lands on 4. 1, 2, 3, go. We are ending the lick on this lick because that's where the chord 4 expired in the music. So as at then, the chord had already moved to your 1 chord. I will declare you are the one. So just end it there. Now what we have is different ways you can apply this lick or any lick in the music. Just determine which beat you want to come in from. Do you want to come in on the beat, on the strong beat, off the beat, or the weak beat? So if you're applying it on the beat, that means it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, di da di da. Or if you're applying it off the beat, 1, 2, 3, go, 1, be da da da. So you can just choose whichever one you want to apply it on. Over to the next lick. 2, 3, go. This one sits very well, and the nature of this lick suggests that you apply it before the chord 4, so that you will land on the chord 4 with either of the notes here that are also contained in the chord 4. So right before the chord 4, right from the chord 1, we started charting. Then landed me, the last note, fa, fa, landed me on the chord 4. So let me try it again so that you can observe what I'm talking about. 3, 4, 1. So we did apply this one right from the chord 1 leading to 4, and we started charting off the first beat. While we're on the chord 1, beat, I mean a beat 1. So let's come. So this is the progression. I will declare that's chord 4. We can't apply it here now because this is the chord. Remember, this lick was supposed to apply it, chart it before the chord 4. So let's look for the chord 1 that precedes the chord 4. I will declare you are the only God, the only God. 3, go, 1. On this 1, the only God, that's leading to chord 4 again, F. So that's where we're going to start to apply it from the chord 1 of the first beat. So I will declare you are the only God. To chord 5, get ready. 2, 3, 4, 1. Alright, that's very easy. So you can look for any song that has a chord 1 moving to chord 4. You can apply this lick. Alright, anyway, now we go over to the next segment of this lesson, explaining what I did. For this very first lick, I used the major 7th concept, and I sort of weave my notes around arpeggios. Now your chord 4 major 7th is fa, la, do, mi, and if you observe the notes I used, you'll see that there's a fa, there's la, there's do, there's mi. Yes, there was so. Just kind of work. So have mi, so, mi, fa, la, do, mi. That's already my F major 7th. So what does this suggest to you? That say you want to create lick around chord 4, you can always play with the major 7th arpeggio, fa, la, do, mi, do, la, fa, and you shouldn't be restricted to just the chord tones of the major 7th. You can touch other notes around it, like re, mi, do, la, fa, or re, mi, so, mi, fa, la, do, mi, those kind of stuff. So that's what I did here. That's why this lick, if you want to apply it, you must have to apply it right on the chord, because the concept is just within the chord. There are no passing chord or anything. So that's why you see mi, so, mi, fa, la, do, mi, so, mi, fa, so, do, la, fa, mi, so, mi, fa, mi, do, la, so, fa. I keep using the saw and all that, but the main thing for me here that's running in my head is the major 7 arpeggio of the chord 4. So like I said, you can play other stuff around it, but make sure you're brooding around the chord notes of your major 7. Then over to the second one. This one is a bit deeper concept. So what I did here, I did borrow concept from jazz, and the concept I borrowed from jazz is secular 4th. So in my mind, I was doing 5 minor 7th to 1 dominant 7 that leads you to your F major 7th. Alright, so normally in jazz, your secular 4th, if you want to move to your chord 4, you can always get to your chord 4 with your 5 minor 7th to 1 dominant 7th, leading you to chord 4 major, or most likely major 7th. So if you consider the notes of this chord 5 minor 7th, you have so, re, fa, do. Keep that aside. Then if you check the notes of your 1 dominant 7th, you see do, so, do, mi. If you combine this both together, you see that you'll be touching notes around the notes that we used for our lick, which is mi, sol, do, re, fa, re, mi, sol, do, re, do, sol, re, fa, re, mi, re, do, la, sol, fa. Now, this is mi, sol, do, re, fa. These are 5 minor 7th. There's re, there's fa, there's do. Then our 1 dominant 7. There's mi, there's do, there's do. That's why you hear me play notes sol, do, re, fa, re, mi, sol, do. At this point, after I did fa, re, mi, the chord had already moved to your chord form. So then I begin to play mi, re, do, la, sol, fa. I just find it charting my way to lead me to your chord form. Yeah. So you see, sometimes trying to explain concepts that one is thinking about during improvisation, it might even be more confusing. That's why I really advise that people, you just learn right. Because if all I did was just to show you the licks, you know, how much can that really benefit you? And even trying to explain, there's so much history to circular chord, history to arpeggios that I can't just cover in this very lesson. Anyway, I have a very dedicated course to improvisation that teaches all these things from basic 1 to basic 2. I mean, from levels to levels until you're able to master improvisation very well. You can register an account, a free account at Spicy Guitar Academy. You know, we have free lessons and we have free courses, and we also have paid courses and subscription plans. A lot for you there. Anyway, this is all stuff for today.